Tuesday, what's up Wednesday? How's it going Thursday? From Friday and Saturday and Sunday, it's a weekend update.
Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Tyrus, and I'm with
Mora. Hi.
and this is the Walking Produce Weekend Update Podcast. How you been, Mora?
I've been good. I've been really good. I went out for the first time today, and
Woo!
since March, I'm so happy. there were
Wow.
there were so many people out and about. I was like, wow, like the real world is like getting back to normal, it seems. I don't know. But then with masks on, so it's like, is it really the same world? I don't know. But yeah, it was pretty cool seeing everything. How about you?
Somewhat new normal. I've been quarantining, but Joe will say different, but I've been quarantining.
I think I will also say different. I mean, I don't know.
You don't know. You know nothing.
Evidence
You know
points
nothing.
otherwise. I'm not
You-
so sure. I'm just
You
saying.
leave your doubt to yourself.
I'm just
Okay,
saying.
stop doubting me. What's the first thing or one of the first few things that you're going to do when it gets back to normal or the new normal? Or what's something that you miss doing that you're trying to go out and do once this thing reopened back up?
Travel so much. I'm like never coming home. Like I'm just gonna leave forever. No one's ever gonna see me again. I'm gonna be traveling so much the moment that it's safe. Like I dream about the day, like taking a flight. Oh, so good.
I've been traveling, but I'm ready to really go out there and just travel. Like Greece, Dublin,
Yeah.
Mexico. I'm trying to just spread out. By the way, do you have any particular place you'd want to go?
Oh, honestly, I want to go back to Scotland. I want to go back to Ireland and everything and just spend a lot more time there. It's my favorite places to be.
For real?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just beautiful. I don't know. It's got like this vibe that really resonates with me. It feels like home. I don't know.
Never been. So maybe this might be a group thing because I've never been. I
Heck
wanna
yeah. I was telling Treasa, I was like, which is Monday for any of you guys who are new here. I was telling Treasa, I was like, we got to take a walking produce trip to Europe.
Go. Oh.
Yo, walking produce in
that would
Europe.
that would be definitely great.
Right?
I want to do that.
That'd be so much fun. I don't know. We just gotta like buy the tickets and be like, it's fine, guys. It's fine. We got everything set up. We're going. There's
That's it.
no argument here.
There's no more options.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's my thing. What is the date or what are the dates that you're hoping that you don't miss due to COVID?
Independence Day. It's always such a fun time, and just like the entire summer itself of there are like a lot of film festivals and everything that I really wanted to go to, and then my birthday is in September. Halloween. Oh my god, I celebrate Halloween every single year. I love to get dressed up. I love to go out. I love to really party.
Such a baby.
I love it. I mean, it's so much fun. Like when we went to Ireland last year, it was so cool. Just honestly, we didn't even get super dressed up, but we put on some makeup and we just went out to the bars and everything. It's just, I don't know, it's just a fun time. Everyone is in a great mood, and we all sort of let out our inner child, and it feels so much fun. And I'm hoping that everything will be back to normal by Halloween.
Now, for me, I'm so happy that things are starting to open up a little bit. You could fly here, but not there. It's not a full lockdown no more because my birthday is coming soon, and that's the date that I usually every year I downplay it or I don't do that much. But this year, I'm gone. I'm buying tickets. I'm already in the process of buying tickets.
Oh my god!
I'm really leaving. Like there's nothing holding me down.
Not even a pandemic will hold you down.
Wow.
I mean,
what do you mean by that,
I don't know.
Mora.
Hashtag quarantine life, Tyrus. I mean,
Hashtag safe and sound in my own home quarantine life.
Are you buying tickets where?
Yeah.
Where are you going? I don't know. It's questionable.
Mora, I didn't come here to get
Wait,
interrogated.
where are you?
and
Where are you stationed at this very moment? Where are you sitting? I don't know. Is it?
My house.
Are you at home?
My
Oh,
house.
okay.
Yeah, my house.
Oh,
Are you gonna drive by?
I don't know. Maybe I might check in on you. See how you doing.
Go ahead.
See,
My car's there, so
Oh,
I
okay.
must be there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right.
What has being a perfectionist caused in your life? Why be a perfectionist? A perfectionist? I know you are because I've heard you say it 1,000 times on the other podcasts. What's that process like, and why do you feel like you must be like that?
Well, being a perfectionist is sort of just uh it's an excessive process of crossing your T's and dotting your I's, making sure that everything is exactly the way it quote unquote should be. But the thing is that it's like a blessing and a curse, because you're a perfectionist, a lot of the things that you do take a lot more heart to do it. You know what I mean? You're not just slapping things together. You're sort of taking a very thoughtful approach to everything that you're doing. But there comes a point where you're going to be putting too much effort towards something that's just not really going to change, because perfection doesn't really exist in the world. You know what I mean? Like, there are a lot of close, things, but you find perfection in imperfections. You know what I mean? That's where beauty really lies. Being a perfectionist sort of, I don't know, it's just something that happens. It's something that is a conscious thought that you have to be aware of. Otherwise it gets too excessive, I think.
I definitely am a slap things together type of person.
You're a musician. Like, how does that work?
Yeah, but I'm guessing that my style of perfection is different because I'm not perfect. I don't perfect, like, I don't try like so hard for things. It just comes out. So literally, I write a chorus in 10 minutes. It'll be a great chorus. Then I go to the studio, record the chorus, and then my verse, I don't even write it. I just go in there, just make a verse up as I go, and it just works out perfectly.
Oh, really?
So-
It must be nice to live your life. I mean,
Yeah, literally, literally.
just like
The last,
I just have to breathe, and it's just perfect. I mean,
no.
you got some Kanye West energy.
Maybe, but like the last project I dropped, never wrote a word. This project that I'm working on now, that literally when you hear it, you're gonna be like, wow, never wrote a word. Just literally hear the beat, go, slack off, make it happen, and it sounds perfect. And everybody's like, wow, it's so awesome. And I'm like, guys, I did this shit. I have to ask everything. So totes or hats to you for being a perfectionist.
What?
I don't know how you do it.
Well, I mean, I have like, okay, so even though I am a perfectionist, I do definitely have a streak of making short films within less than a week. Like, I would just, like, I come up with an idea and then I put it out like within that week and everything. Most of the things that have actually been released are like that. And so I mean, I definitely have slapped things together, but editing that video, it was like, okay, if I put this, I don't know, it's like I can film it in a day, but then I'll take the rest of the week to edit, that type of thing. So I guess it sort of balances out. Yeah.
If I took one day to film it, 45 minutes,
Oh,
edit.
that is a
Slapped-
dream. No way.
I'm a slap together person, slap it together. Bam.
So this is
perfect.
This is why you have me edit your music video. Gotcha.
That's it. Slap together. Slap together will not do for this one.
Yeah.
So, by the way, check out that video. It's gonna come out before June 24th. No
Right.
pressure, Mora. But
in the meantime, you could check out your newest video that Treasa edited called IET.
ooh. Oh, nice. I like the way you pronounce that. Wow.
Hey.
It's the Spanish in
Hey,
you. I like
yeah,
it.
it's a Spanish in me, Puerto Rican, Hey.
Oh, nice. I'm obviously Haitian. I think it's hard with me just because my hair says Jamaican.
Right.
My eyes my eyes are small and chinky. And then my feature says strong black man. And like I have different features from so much black parts is like, or so much African countries, you're just like, where is he from?
Very exotic.
One might say majestic. No?
Yeah, you look
There,
majestic. I
there we
love that
go.
word. That's awesome. So what's it like? What was it like, growing up in Haiti and then moving here?
Oh, whew. Culture shift. I never felt poor till I got here. And like, in Haiti, it's like you can live off the land if you want to. It's like a hybrid type of place. Most people don't think about it like that, but it's so hybrid. Like you could grow plants and fruits and all that stuff, and you could buy stuff. There's electricity in your house, but it's not 24/7. So like you never feel like, oh, I'm stuck, I don't have cable. When literally you go out to the river and you swim and you catch fish.
Wow.
Or like, so yeah, so all that is like I never felt it. But when I came here, you were in the house. You couldn't go to a river or something like that.
Yeah.
And so if you don't have cable in the house, you'll notice. If you don't have milk in the house, you'll notice because you're in the house.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the closest thing we have to a river are the canals, so I don't suggest swimming in those.
I'm not going. I'm not going in there more. I'm sorry.
I don't think
I'm
you
not
should.
going to no
It's not
canal.
safe. It's not safe to go. I mean, we have the beach, but I keep hearing of like alligators in the actual beach. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't
Whoa.
go swimming in the ocean. I'm a straight up Floridian, and then my family's from Puerto Rico, and I have photos of me like wearing those water shoes in like my bathing suit, like super cute, whatever. But I wear water shoes to just put my feet in the water, like not to go
Oh
swimming,
no.
but I just don't trust. I don't know. I don't trust the water. I'm just terrified. But
Can you swim?
oh yeah, I could swim. I love the pool, which I don't know.
What?
Yeah, I love the pool. I never had a problem with that, except I used to have this horrible irrational fear. And it's so embarrassing to say, but whatever.
Let it out.
I
Let
used
it
to have
out.
this horrible irrational fear that I was going to get eaten by a shark in my pool.
In the pool.
In my pool.
Oh,
And
Mora.
And I blame all of the movies, where they're just happily swimming, even though they are swimming in the
Dun-dum.
ocean. Yeah, Jaws
Dun-dum,
in my
dun-dum,
head.
dun-dum,
Yup.
dun-dum,
And I
dun-dum.
would freak out and not be able to be in the pool by myself. It was quite a time. I had to get over that real quickly. Otherwise, I'd be the laughing stock for the rest of my life.
I'm still laughing at you.
I know, right? Like, I swear, on these podcasts, I just reveal my most
You're like, "Oh."
embarrassing sides of my life.
I can't swim, but I'm not scared of touching the water at all. I'll jump in, forgetting that I can't swim, and then mid jump, be like, "Oh, I messed up," and then like crawl back on the beach.
Wait, what did you say?
I jump in the water,
Uh-huh.
but I can't swim.
What? Wait, what do you mean? How does that work? You jump in the
a
water,
lot
but
of
you
time
can't
it's-
swim.
Yeah, I still go to the beach every time I get a chance to.
But
I still jump in that water.
wait, nobody taught you how to swim?
No.
Why not?
Because when I came here, I was in that age group where like you're old enough to be super self-aware and blah blah blah, but also you're young where like you haven't learned to swim or you don't know how to fully swim. And so I never practiced on it because when I came, it was school season, it was learn English, it was learn to write English, learn American culture. Well, I was so busy learning everything else, I just never swam.
That's so
And now-
interesting.
Yeah, you need to teach me. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, like legit, like I think for one, like I think Treasa's like a fish. She loves the beach. I definitely can swim. I'm pretty sure Joe like we can literally just teach you how to swim probably like in 30 minutes. I don't know because Haiti is an island, right? So
Yes.
how did you live in an island and never like I don't know. Wow, that's just
I was swimming in Haiti or somewhat floating
you're
in Haiti.
floating.
But I'll just float.
You're just floating
Everybody swim, I'll
everywhere.
float. Just pull me, please. Just pull my legs. I'll float with you.
I can actually picture that. That's funny.
Just pull my leg.
Right.
I'll be there in a second.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
No, but when I came here, I just couldn't like. I didn't have the chance because we moved to Little Haiti. School was starting. We got into school. I was so busy watching PBS Kids and stuff like that to learn English. It was just so much thing. We didn't go like the first summer here. The first 3 summers here, we didn't do nothing but like try to study English and stuff like that. Try to like
Yeah.
learn. My mom was like, "No excuses. You gotta pass these tests. I don't care. Oh, you can't read English? Oh, okay. But you still gotta do it." So it was tough.
Well, you're here now. We definitely got to teach you, because if we were to ever, you know, be in a shipwreck or a plane crash and we were like
I'm done.
survivors, we won't even talk about Survivor on this podcast. Sorry, guys. Whoever likes Survivor, it ain't getting talked about.
It's not.
It's not
No.
gonna. You want to check out Joe's podcast? Go ahead.
Please go check that podcast out. We're not talking
We're
about
not
Survivor
talking
here.
about Survivor.
This is not our daily activity here. No.
So, how do you think that Haiti really like helped with your creativity and your growth and everything? Because Haiti is fully about Haiti, and it's a beautiful song. I heard it. I loved it. It's so much, and the
Thank
video
you
is
so much.
incredible. So, how did that really like fuel your fire and everything?
Mostly like every island, there's music everywhere. There's creatives everywhere. It might not be like arts and crafts, let's paint something, which it is sometimes, but usually like somebody's making something. Like in the parts where it's like more of the country parts of Haiti, somebody's making a boat, somebody's making a table, somebody's making a chair, somebody's making stuff. There's always music, always rhythms. You at night you hear the bugs. I forget what bugs they're called. The little whatever they're
Cicadas?
called. I guess I don't
Crickets?
know. Crickets.
Holy
Yeah.
wow. We have crickets here too,
I've never heard one of them. There are silent crickets over here.
What? No. Oh
Silent.
my gosh. No.
Mute.
Oh my
They
goodness.
do sign language.
I
They do sign
have
language.
we constantly get crickets stuck in our house, and it just like they keep cricketing or whatever throughout the house. Like you'll just hear them and you have to find where the cricket is coming from. But I live in the middle of nowhere, so
The crickets on my side do have like ASL. Like they just use
Yo.
sign language, American sign language. They don't.
it's cricket
don't-
sign language, it's CSL.
Yeah, that's it. So, so with all those noises, all those rhythms, it's just so easy to become a creative through it all. Like for me, like I hear rain and I just make a rhythm out of it, and with that I can write a song.
That's beautiful.
So like, yeah, it's just that island vibe kind of helps you out. That island blood kind of rush through you, and just like fuels your creativity in so much different ways. Like I could hear an island beat and work on it perfectly, but also hear a industry beat and work on it because I have the island background, sort of say. How about you, Mora? How does being a Puerto Rican, yeah? Is it Puerto Rican?
Boricua.
Oh, my brother's girlfriend's gonna kill me.
No, it's okay. It's Puerto Riqueña, but
Puerto Rican. Oh, how does being from the island of Puerto Rico fuel your creativity?
I feel like if anything, it fuels more of my love for travel, mainly because a lot of the time I was in Puerto Rico when I was growing up. So I spent every summer there up until I was 13 years old. Like it was remarkable. It was like as if I forgot what it looked like. And then every time I went to Puerto Rico, I remembered, and it made me want to see more of that, more like the mountains and hear the legends and everything, because we have La Chupacabra, which is like the horror legend, which is like our sort of this monster that eats the goats and like drinks the blood of the goats or whatever, and if you run off,
Wow.
yeah, legit. So like so it's like things like that. Like there are like all these origin stories and what are those called, like the tales that your family would tell you to keep you out of trouble and stuff like that. And La Chupacabra lived in the mountains, And so, like, if you went by yourself or if you got lost or separated, then he'll eat you and all that stuff.
Damn. That's,
And
I am staying home.
yeah, legit.
I am never leaving.
But then my
No
favorite
grocery
part
stores.
about Puerto Rico, the coquis, which are the frogs, and they make this
Yeah.
sound like it goes coqui, coqui, but it becomes music. It literally is just like this beautiful chirp. It's like when you sit outside and you listen to the birds chirping. That's it's like you can hear
Yeah.
it at night. You know what I mean? It's just like it puts you to sleep, and it's just it's such a beautiful sound. And that to me is like, it's like melody. It's like they're singing to you and things like that. So, and it's very family based. Like my family, Puerto Rico in general, they've gotten a lot of tragedy lately, and they find ways to celebrate and fill each other with love and compassion and power and strength. They find strength.
Hey, Moras, I know I asked you a question, blah, 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 but listen to this. I'm scrolling through Instagram while we're talking.
Oh my God.
Just listen. She says, if you're going to take me on a date, my appetite isn't cheap. Don't expect nothing. And if you don't have the money to pay for the first date, then I can't go on a second one.
Okay.
First date etiquette. Wow.
Okay, so her first thing was that first thing she said was like that her appetite, it was like you said she wants expensive food, or
her appetite is expensive. Like, I guess, yeah, she's not going.
Like she's gonna be
Okay.
ordering some like what's that called, escargot.
There's a filet burger at
Filet-
McDonald's. I mean, okay.
I mean, it's one thing to sort of like just naturally fall into that, that's what you like to order, but it's a whole other thing to be like, be prepared, be considerate.
But let's be realistic. Like, not realistic, but like, let me get your opinion on this. Like, you go on a date, or should women be like, at least offer to pay the tip or dessert or split the bill, or at least make a hint or a suggestion that you're not just expecting the guy to pay it? Like, of course the guy might say no, I got it, but still, like, you don't want it to feel like it's just a transaction. Like, I come here with you, so I have to get food.
Right. Well, okay, so I'm very non-traditional in that way. I split everything and I will fight the bill. I've literally, and I'm not exaggerating at all, I've gone on a date with this guy and he was so adamant about paying that I ran to the register with my card and shoved my card at the lady. Like, take my card before you come.
Yeah, that whole post was like a little crazy for me. Like, people expect the word chivalry. What is it?
Chivalry.
I can't even say the word. That's how you know I'm not. That's how you know I'm against it. Yeah, people expect that, but it's like, to a degree, hold your own weight. Show some, you're not here for a meal type of thing.
Just some
Like,
independence, really.
Yeah, show some like it. You don't have to pay half the bill. You don't have to pay the bill, but just be like, hey, if you're paying, I got the tip. Or, if you're paying for the dinner, wherever we go next, I got blah, blah, blah. Like, just encourage the person to be like, wow, this is more than a money transaction. This is more than me feeding somebody. It's somebody that, like, just help the person understand that you're in it for somewhat right reasons. Like, they're not a meal card.
Yeah. I feel like I don't want to take advantage of your kindness, you know what I mean? Because in return, I don't want to be taken advantage of. Like, do you want to be in the type of relationship where it's like all or nothing? Or like, do you want some sort of equal partnership there?
Yeah. I feel like, I know it might be a little bit of a stretch, but I feel like you going on the first date expecting for the guy to pay for the bill, the tip, and everything like that is the same as the guy expecting that because I paid for the bill, now we're gonna have sex.
Oh,
it's like, that's not
no, there's no.
That's the same.
No,
because like, listen. The thing is, like, you're expecting something force something. Like you're like, oh, all I gotta do is pay for dinner and I'm having sex. Or all I gotta do is show up and he's gonna pay for everything. It's like, why does it have to be like the guy pays? I'm sure if a girl goes on a date where, let's say, for some odd reason you ask the guy out,
Some odd reason.
Would-
I have asked men
some
out
odd-
before.
yeah, let's say like, and then he eats, and then the bill comes, and he's looking at you like, aren't you gonna get that? No woman would be like, no woman. 1% of the world might do it, and that's only because they're like a billionaire or something, or a millionaire or something. But no woman would be like, oh, okay, I got it this time. Or
That's
like,
not true.
or let me pay the bill, or just take the bill. No,
I
you guys
bet-
are expecting
no.
that split.
I got a story. I have taken a guy. Okay, listen. It's like I'm about to knock you on your ass because you're like, girls
I'm
don't
already
pay the
sitting
first.
down.
Girls don't pay the first date. Yo, okay, so there is a
No.
guy that I was really into, and I suggested we went out to go watch a movie in the drive-in. So the tickets were $20 a person, and I was super excited. Didn't care. I paid for all of this, by the way. Everything you're about to hear, I paid for it, my money, even though he was fully working and I wasn't because I was on vacation. So,
Okay, he's just a bad person. I'm
oh
sorry
my
to say
gosh.
that. Oh, for good guy of the year, he's at the bottom of the list. He's 6th billionth.
He's not a bad guy.
Yeah, what? It's second nature. I walk somewhere and there's a lady behind me or a old woman behind me, especially old women. Hold the door. I don't think about it. What's up? What's up? A douchebag goes on a first date, made you pay for gas, made you pick him up, made you pay for
For the
tickets.
$40 movie, yeah.
$40 movie. Didn't watch the movie.
Didn't watch the movie. That made me the most mad.
Yeah, usually the people I attract be like, we'll go half. I want this so we could share, and you buy something so we could try to order different things so we both could taste each other's stuff. Like I go with like, I hate to use the word grown, but like mentally grown women that like they don't have no problems with like communicating. Like,
Yeah.
okay, we're on a date. I'm a vegetarian. You're not. Let's get 2 veggie things. That way I could eat. I could try both. Okay, cool. Like we communicate that. Like I feel like that communication is lost, and that's why the first date etiquette is gloomy. Like now you got the person like, I only have $80 in my pocket. This bill came up to $79.94. I'm paying for it, and I can't tip the server.
Yeah.
But the server was literally like singing to us the whole time and serenading us. But
Fully deserves a tip.
fully deserves a tip. But I can't even communicate to her that, can you handle the tip? Just because she won't view me different, or I'm afraid that society's view on the whole setting is that I should pay for every part of it.
Yeah.
And I just feel like that's not fair, really.
In this society, it isn't, mainly because that came from a time where women weren't allowed to even think about going to work. And so they wouldn't really have the money to pay, and they were sort of being treated into this lifestyle of the men pay for everything. The men are the breadwinners. Now we're in a society where we are fighting for equality.
I'm glad to hear your perspective on it. While we're on the subject of perspective, are you sitting down?
I am sitting down.
Okay, we need you to sit down. Do you have an Instagram?
Not currently. I only have walking produce.
Okay, so I've tagged you on a post, and basically, young man, older than me, of course. I'm not that young. I'm 25. He's older than me. He died from being in handcuffs and having 3 cops like kneel on him. One was kneeing his neck, the other 2 were on his body. Of course, he was said to be resisting. Cameras showed that he wasn't resisting. Some really graphic 3-minute videos came out of him begging like he can't breathe. People were talking to the cops. The cops were, of course, yeah, it was really crazy. And now there's riots going on. And like, once again, a post on Instagram. I don't even want to mention her name because I don't want her to get fame or any type of recognition from this podcast, but she said, "What has rioting and looting solved?" And the appropriate somebody responded, and I reposted it as soon as the person answered the post, and I reposted it just because that was a good answer in my head. She said, "How does looting, rioting, and destroying your own community bring justice to anyone?" And somebody just literally, like, I think 3 minutes into it, somebody says, "I don't know, but we tried peacefully kneeling, and yeah, I found a problem with that." What
Damn.
is, yeah, that was tough.
Wow.
How crazy it is that it's 2020 and things like that are still happening.
It comes from people not really caring about other people's lives. And I feel like this is not the first time that something like this has happened. And it's so horrible to hear, that people have to die because of something that they're not even really doing. I mean, I don't know the details of why he was arrested, but I'm sure, seeing from the post that you sent me, I'm sure it wasn't anything that he deserved. And that is, honestly, I am so sorry for his family.
Wow. Sorry to pause you. Sorry. Now it's coming out that years ago, before the guy became a cop, the cop that was on one of the cops that were on him became a cop. They used to work at the same security for a club, and the black guy fired the police officer when he was a security guard. So it's like, wow, is there pre
Meditation,
what's
like
that
that, they used to work
meditation?
together.
Yeah, they used to work together.
Oh, wow.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna get on
that.
that same. I'll send it to you. It's not even like, even if it's not personal. Like, do you just remember that hatred towards getting fired and you just act on it too brashly? Should that be considered? It's like these things, when you look at them in the news. I know I interrupted. I'm sorry,
No, you're
but
okay.
these things, when you look at them, it's like there's no way. Like, let's say I had a son, or if my dad was alive, anything like that. Um, what would I'm thinking? Like, what can I tell my son? Like,
Yeah.
he literally complied, and over like 50 people have died in the last year with complying. Hands up, put their hands up, shot. Like, what is it that is gonna make this something like that stop? Like, my brain just can't figure it out.
I mean, that's the thing, is that anybody who is on the sympathetic side, all of our brains can't figure it out, because it is the most simple thing that these people, like these cops, are supposed to be the ones who protect us, quote unquote. But like, shouldn't we have learned by now that we are all humans, and that we all have lives, and that people shouldn't be dying over, a simple drive to the store, walk to the store, a simple, like.
Running a stop sign, yeah, that actually happened. Like, I'm just going through the feeds, and somebody like ran a stop sign, and he got the gun pulled on him. He's on the
See,
floor.
yeah, like getting the gun
Like,
pulled,
what?
that's not a thing that should
On a
happen.
stop sign.
Like,
Like, when I came to this country, my mom literally, I remember her praising on and on. You in trouble anywhere? Press 911, give them your location, or make somebody call 911. They'll come and help you. And it's like, as the years went on, the protecting part and the serving part of the police, whatever, just went away. I don't know when the shift happened, but like, it's just crazy that I get pulled over automatically. I'm thinking I might as well drive to the nearest like main road, because that way I have witnesses to know at least if what really happened if I do get shot. Like, that shouldn't be a thing
yeah, just that
in
statement
these
in
days.
general. Yeah, of like having to,
Yes.
like, hope, like, I need to go have witnesses to have this interaction with this policeman. Like, let me just make sure there are people around. That's just.
Yeah, and the people aren't even to like make sure it doesn't happen. The people are now just, if something happens, they could take my side of it.
Right.
Like, that's crazy. Like, I don't know what's going on and like how these things keep happening. I just can't not mention stuff like that,
Yeah,
and it affects my culture.
absolutely.
I'm black, and like a lot of people like don't like to admit it, but like we control a big part of the United States, minorities in general.
Absolutely.
Like, on July 7th, I believe, they're doing this don't spend no money type of thing for a day because we want to show them how economically impactful we could be. And I feel like if that goes through, they're gonna realize that minorities are actually a big part of it all, you know. Just like that whole story just shook me as I looked at it on Instagram. How much more threatening is somebody like less how much less threatening does somebody have to have?
Right.
On the floor, legs held, body, somebody's on his body, and you start to kneel on his neck. Like,
Right.
what's going on? Like, it's just like, whew, just rubs me like the super wrong way. And you think, like, okay, do the right thing, you get the bad treatment. Do the worst thing or the bad thing, you get the bad treatment. So why even comply
For
at that
sure.
point?
It's
It's like,
honestly, it's touching people in the worst ways because just we're headed toward a much more chaotic society in the sense of exactly what you said. Why comply? If literally it's like if you comply, you die. And that is the stigma around the police force these days. And it's sad because I mean it hasn't really ever changed, not really. It's just that we're
yeah,
reporting a lot more of it. I'm so sure that this
there's more
happens
there's more
like
video
yeah,
now.
exactly, because we have that access to social media, we have the video, we have our cell phones, all of that stuff. Now it's finally being reported. There are cameras everywhere, you're always being watched. And so
Yeah.
it's unfathomable because it's almost like they don't care. Like they know, like it's human nature to know what someone else is feeling. I feel like I don't believe that they don't know what they're doing and that they don't think it's desperation. So it's not like he's just saying it softly. He's probably yelling at the top of his lungs that he can't breathe, and they're just not caring. And if he can't breathe, that obviously leads to he's going to die, and they don't care. And that is leading to a very hostile society. And it's like, it's gonna happen. It's happening. You know what I mean? And
Yeah. They're still doing, now they're rioting. And a couple of months ago, maybe a month and a half ago, there were maybe a group of 40 people uh just at their governor's place with guns holding a meeting so that America could get reopened again. And they weren't law official, they weren't government official, they weren't nothing specific. They were there, allowed to be there. And it was like 40, 50 white men, whatever. And they were protesting, but clearly with guns. Even if the state has a good gun law, still they were protesting with guns outside of a government place, and like nothing happened to them. These people that are peacefully protesting, what just happened, are getting tear gas, rubber bullets to the eye, rubber bullets to the body. And it's like, where or how do we shift? Like, where's the morale? How did we get to this place, and how do we move forward from this place? Like, I'm just shocked. I know we started off very light and very different and laughing, but I just keep scrolling. I just can't stop scrolling.
it's almost unfathomable. Like you just can't understand where that lack of sympathy comes from. And but that's the way it is now, to where like there are people dying all the time. All the time. It just so happens that
Yeah.
now they're dying in mass numbers, and it's noticeable around the entire world. But every single day that we're out, someone is suffering somewhere, and we turn a blind eye because it doesn't affect us. And that's the thing that is really killing our humanity. It's turning your eyes away from something that should affect us and that we should be fighting for. Like, there should not be there shouldn't be these wars anymore. There shouldn't be these
Yeah,
it's
I
you
totally
versus
agree on
me.
that.
It's us together. Like, why is it that we can't really find this balance between us? Like, we are the same people. Just because
Yeah, I feel like. Go ahead. Viv.
No, just because of where we come from, that doesn't mean that we're so different. Anyway, it's
Yeah, I feel like how is it that these things continue on? Like, I feel like, what is the purpose? Why can't we? There's bigger fish to fry. There's We're still humankind. There's way much, or there's way more things that we could be doing with our time than hating on each other.
Right. Like we could be doing something productive. We can put all of our effort into healing the planet we live on, into exploring space, into, making life livable for the ones who aren't. Like,
Everybody.
yeah, like there are so many homeless people in the world, and we just get bigger and better houses for ourselves. We have like 100 homes around the entire world, but we can't seem to donate some of our money, our like to like a small village who needs it, like things like that, to where it's like, oh, that's not my problem, but it is though.
Yeah.
It's all of
I-
our problem. Like, we're human, right?
Eh, yeah, and until like something comes to your front door, people seem not to care about it when it shouldn't
Exactly.
be like that. Because when it's 2 miles away, you could stop it so it don't get to your front door.
Exactly.
Or you could still care about it, not because it's far. Like parts of America are still questioning whether like that guy was in the right. I'm like, you have handcuffs on. You can't move with handcuffs on. You can't move on the floor on your stomach with handcuffs on.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, where was, like, I don't get it. But that disconnect is messing with us, and like that disconnect is from people saying, the same people that don't believe there's a inequality with on black people or minorities, that believes that, oh, slavery was abolished years ago and there's no racist prejudice toward people. There's people that believe that, okay, I don't see color, which is like, whenever somebody says that to me, it's like, well, how'd you get dressed this morning? Like, everybody sees color, but it's to acknowledge color respectfully. That's that's the that's the safe spot, or the spot where we need to get to. Because honestly, like, how much more people have to die, or how much varieties of people must die before we all come together and say, okay, we need to make these rules better for everybody. Like, a cop shouldn't be allowed to, just
Pull out
do
a
something like
gun
that.
and just
Yeah,
handcuff someone on face down. Like,
we have a taser. You have a taser. I mean, if somebody's in a car or somebody doesn't show signs of a weapon, come on.
for
What's
sure.
going on?
Exactly.
You signed up for the job. If you're scared of fires, don't be a firefighter.
Oh my gosh.
I'm scared of swimming. I would never be a scuba diver. I can't. Even if there's a machine that helps me swim, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
If you're scared of danger and you're scared of danger outweighs your willingness to serve and protect your community, then leave the job. It's like, you signed up for this. You can't just be an executioner.
Right.
Your job is to serve. Like, it just kills me that like certain things just keep fucking happening. Like, dang. Like, I can't even, if I have a kid, I can't even tell him, well, do right and everything will be okay. Because it's not okay even when you do right.
Right. Maybe one day it'll change. I hope so. I hope that our protests and that our messages get across, because there are too many people on this planet to be fighting all the time.
Yeah, and I feel like, things just got to get better. And it's not, peaceful protest never worked. And I feel like it has to get to a middle ground where it affects everybody and everybody just understands it. Because, like, thank God we have cameras nowadays, because if that would have happened 50 years ago, it would have just been another black man dead or another person dead. But honestly, like, it would have been a black person dead.
Yeah.
And like, I'm just happy we have cameras and now we could protest and show proof and ask for things and vote, so that the people that don't do the right job just doesn't get voted for. Oh my God, my voice is hoarse.
We've been
Or or cattled, whatever it is. I don't know.
Did you say horsed?
Yeah.
Isn't it just horse? Like HOARSE?
Give up. Your spelling is
It's
not accurate.
no, it's different. It's not horse
I
like an
know it's
actual
different.
horse. It's
I've been. I'm a foreigner.
HOARSE, horse.
I'm a foreigner, but I know these words.
But you said cattled, so I don't know.
It was
I don't
a
know. It's
joke.
questionable. Questionable.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know how to take your jokes. I don't know. You're foreign,
Wow. So, not to make light of anything, I feel like we touched on some important things. We touched on some etiquette, some real life situations, and I feel like this was a good podcast. So, Mora, hopefully our podcast gets put out this weekend, right? Hopefully.
This weekend? You mean tomorrow? Or like, I mean,
Sunday?
perhaps.
Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. Hopefully we touched on some good subjects. Date etiquettes. Mora, don't pay for the whole date. At least make the guy pay for the tip. Vice versa. Good night, guys.
Talk to you guys later.
Friday and Saturday and Sunday. It's a weekend update.